This team, man. Oh my heavens to Betsy. What is going on? I am Matt O'Leary with an emergency live stream. So to set the scene for you, it's been a absolutely crazy week for me so far this week. But that doesn't matter. But anyway, I was literally driving at an 11 a.m. doctor appointment and I made it back very quickly, obviously. But I no sooner get out of my car to go in do we get news that Zach Wilson is going to start. Why? Well, as Adam Schefter reports, sources, Jets doctors will not clear Mike White for contact before Sunday's game versus the Detroit Lions, and thus Zach Wilson will start against the Lions. White wanted to play and has practiced, but Jets doctors are not signing off. Thus, Wilson is back as the Jets starting quarterback. He followed it up with a tweet saying, Zach Wilson got the majority of practice reps this week, but will be getting all of them today and Saturday. This is going to be a great opportunity for Zach, said Jets head coach Robert Saleh. Saleh also called Mike White an absolute warrior. All those things are absolutely true because Mike White, how he was able to come back into the game and play against Buffalo was something that I didn't quite understand at all. Like, one, props to him, but just absolutely unbelievable. Just this is it. It's been a wild season, man. Think about it. First, okay, let's go all the way back to the beginning. Zach Wilson hurt. It looks like, going to be out for the season. Then no, saved, only out for a couple of weeks. Might even make it back for week 1. Ends up not making it back for week 1. Ends up coming back in week 4. But then he plays and then gets benched for Mike White. Mike White comes in and looks like an absolute star. And 3 weeks later, now you're going back to Zach Wilson. And along the way, you lost Breece Hall. You lost Elijah Barrett-Tucker. Elijah Moore requested a trade. Garrett Wilson has a monster rookie year. Sauce has a monster rookie year. Quinnen Williams turns into an absolute star. Upset wins against Buffalo. Like, this year has just been absolutely nuts. It's insane. It's absolutely insane, everything that's gone on. And we'll talk about it because it's a big opportunity for Zach Wilson is right. Obviously, I want to pull up the Mike White stats. We'll do that right now, how he's played in the 3 games that he started this year. I mean, a stellar performance against Chicago, 78.57 completion percentage, 315, 3 touchdowns, 149.3 rating. Against Minnesota, 369 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks. I thought he was solid in that game, though. And then against Buffalo, the resiliency that we saw, 268 yards, no touchdowns, no picks, 78.6 rating. He made some big throws in these games, though. And now Zach Wilson is coming back. And the last time we saw him, the offense really, really struggled against the New England Patriots. 9 of 22 for 77 yards. That one was really tough. Also a tough performance against the New England Patriots, 355, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. It was pretty solid against Buffalo at home. But obviously you want to see, like, box score number stats, not great. There were some pretty good games in there. I thought Miami was good. And I thought Buffalo was good. I thought those two were, and the fourth quarter, the Pittsburgh was good, but he's getting his chance, which is why I think so many people like myself were saying, like, look, you can't, Robert Saleh is handling this right, and he can't just go and bury Zach because you might end up needing him. And now here we are with an injury. It's absolutely crazy. We're going to go into the comments. Drop in any questions. Super chats jump the line, as you guys know. We're going to be hanging out, just reacting to this news because it's pretty massive news that Zach Wilson will get the start. Jimmer says, what's up? That's quite a title. What happened to Mike White? Not cleared by doctors, man. That stinks. Marco says, let's go, Zach. Jimmer says, that sucks, but yeah, I'm glad he is getting a shot. You better be ready. Absolutely. And look, Detroit is not a very good defense. You gotta. Kyle ring the ass. Hey, Matt, can you confirm that line was +1 before the Mike White news? Yes, 100. It was before the Mike White news that it was +1. I would expect that line to move. John calls this Zach's last chance. There we go. Blanco says, so Zach is back and his favorite target, Corey Davis, is out. Plus, Quinnen hasn't practiced yet, so I'm sure he's out. Not feeling too good. Well, he had a little bit of a connection going with Garrett Wilson towards the end there, minus that one that last game against Miami. But he had, let's see, 92 yards, 8 catches, 92 yards against Buffalo in the game that Zach played, and then 6 for 115 in the game against New England. So he's going to have to get very comfortable with Garrett Wilson. And I bet they use Bam Knight a lot in their running game. JC says, damn, that definitely makes me concerned about this game. I get it. Jay calls this a train wreck. Last chance for Zach. Voltaire is out. Absolutely not. Says, there goes playoff hopes and Garrett Wilson playoff fantasy production. Let's stop that negativity. Brian says, don't get Jeff fans. This team can win with either quarterback. I'm a Mike White guy, but I'm going to support whoever is under center. Me too. You have to. You absolutely have to. And you hope that this sit down has A, humbled Zach, and B, maybe made him realize what he needs to change. Is everything going to be completely fixed in 3 weeks? Probably not, but can he be a better version of what we saw earlier in the year? It's possible. Zach is getting booed Sunday. Going to be ugly. I hope not. I hope the Jeff fans are supportive, and I hope he plays well and the boos aren't there. Kyle says Zach has been bad, no doubt, but we are 5-2 with Zach Wilson. Joel says it's a good move to either swim or sink. If that doesn't motivate him, nothing will. He's a first-round pick. Now prove it or get ready to be cut and ends up with the Texans. Texans are drafting Bryce Young, so I don't think he's going to end up there. Alex asked if Zach lights it up and has his best game, is he our starter going forward? God, I don't know. I have no idea. I was here thinking that, okay, this is going to be Mike White's team the rest of the year. That would certainly complicate things, man. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. Scott Wilson says, really hope this kid puts it all together. Zach has top 5 potential. If he ends up being a hit, we are perennial Super Bowl contenders. Look, I hope, yeah, I'm hoping. Obviously, that's what we're rooting for, but I don't know. I don't know what to expect this week. Albert makes a good point, says, I'm relieved that Wilson is getting another shot instead of Joe Flacco, who is sitting duck for the opposition. Flacco looks like he doesn't want to be there. The effort we saw against Buffalo was just poor. Big news indeed. Well, Zach is getting his opportunity, and against the bad defense, no excuses. You're right. Brian says, has anyone checked on Elijah? Has Elijah put out any cryptic tweets and/or cryptic Instagram stories? Danny says, I actually think Mike White's opportunity is gone now. Injured every time he gets a couple of starts. Jets won't feel comfortable giving him a starter extension in the offseason. All right, we'll see. Alex T says, Jet Report, asking about the Jet Report. That will be back next week. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. So last week, I was sick. I was out with the flu. This week, we're getting work done at the house, and it's been absolutely chaotic. Had a couple things go on in my personal life too, which is everything's fine and it's going to be okay. But I just did not have the time, unfortunately, to do the shows, but they will be back starting on Monday. Albert says, I expect Wilson to have a good game because the Detroit secondary stinks. Absolutely. I'm with you. I agree, Albert. Mizzo says, have the conspiracy theories started yet? Oh, yeah. I've seen it. Oh, they always wanted to get Zach back on the field. This was their plan, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Jake says, yeah, Mike can't catch a break. Too many injuries. It's twice now, unfortunately. Brian asks, is Strevler elevated? I would think it's probably going to be Flacco, would be my guess. I don't want to see Joe Flacco, but Kyle also says he may have to start against the Jags regardless. I mean, maybe. Who knows? And let's just we gotta take it one game at a time. Let's get through Sunday, see how Sunday goes, and then see what's gonna happen after that. Gary says, I think humbled Zach is well said. His issues are more mental than physical because the talent is there. He's just not taking it to the field. That's true. He isn't. Something is definitely up. And again, is that going to be fixed in 3 weeks? I don't know. The jury is still very much so out on that. We don't know. Zach has to play like he has nothing to lose. That's when he is at his best. Yeah, I mean, he certainly can't play scared because that's what he was doing against New England, and that's what cost him his starting job. He was thinking too much. That's for sure. Blanco says our defense will win us this game while Zach goes 17 for 37, 104 yards with 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Zach Stans will say we're 6-2 with. I think he means with Zach. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I don't think they're going to throw the ball 37 times. I think it's going to be more split than that. I think he's going to have now. Do I think he's going to ball? We haven't seen anything really indicate that makes me feel like, oh my God, we're going to see a ball out performance. But can we get a performance that looks like the Miami game where he went 14 to 21, 210 yards, 99.3 rating, 10 yards per attempt with a rushing touchdown? I think maybe that's a little bit more likely. Kyle says, I wouldn't be opposed to Strevler getting elevated to 2 since Flacco is a statue that can't hold on to the ball. Not wrong. XT says Zach will play versus the Jaguars too, probably. Brian Bogan, he's a member of the channel, which, by the way, if you want to be a member of the channel, you can hit the join button down below. I should really be popping those in the description here. But anyway, any quarterback would be out after taking the shots that White took last week. Crazy that he finished the game. White said he wanted to play. This was a doctor's call to pull him. Yeah, he's a competitor. The guy is a competitor. He's a warrior. You have to give him all the credit for that. The doctors are probably doing what's right by the player, though. Because if he gets put out there and takes a sack, he's one hit away from injuring this even worse. I do feel bad for the guy because he played really well. But now it's gonna go back to Zach's opportunity, and we'll see what he does. Do we believe this is really related to an injury? Did you watch the game against Buffalo? He got crushed twice. Twisted says, Matt, your trust in Zach is just spilling out, filling the room. Sadly, Q starting is looking bad. Salas is 50-50, hasn't practiced all week. Not a good time for this. I mean, it is what it is. You gotta this team, they gotta win. Find a way to win. V-Man, what's going on, dude? Says Goff stinks in the cold and Salah is 0-4 versus Goff. No. Let's hope we keep this going. Now, excuse me, I must return to my horror game. Thank you, V-Man. Goff is 0 for his last 4 against Robert Saleh, if that's what you mean, maybe. Danny says, I figured out the issues with Zach. He tries to model Aaron Rodgers, and Rodgers has so many mechanical, technical flaws in his game. It's not a replicating type quarterback play. I don't know about that. He's mechanically isn't there, so you're right in that instance. But Chris says, I'm going to support whoever is under center, but if any Jet fans, given the way Zach played before his reset, that they are comfortable with him now, they're drinking the Haley's Comet Kool-Aid. There we go. Never a dull moment. No, there really is never a dull moment. Jets just need to let Zach rip it enough with the only 20 pass attempts. Let him throw 35 or so times. Let's see what he can do. Well, I will say that if there was ever a secondary to do it against, it's probably this one. Alex T with a Phenomenal statistics. Zach has beaten every team he's played this year except for the Patriots. There you go. Who will be QB2? Please don't say it's Flacco. It might be. It very well might be. Daniel says if there's a team Zach needs to throw for over 300 yards, it's the Lions. They can stop the run, but nothing in the air. Prove it game for Zach. Crazy how you can't trust the number 2 quarterback pick to throw the ball as much as a backup like Mike White. Well, oh God. Here we go. It's gonna be a tough week. Look, with how Mike White was playing, I wanted him to continue to play, but it's gonna be a lot of Zach bashing, I think, this week. And God, I hope he doesn't play poorly. Brian says Flacco will be active. Let's go. Crying inside. Is that true? Is that what happened? Well, I should have Twitter up. I don't have Twitter up right now. That's an issue. Let's see. I'm gonna Google, not Google, but I'm gonna type Joe Flacco in here. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say. I don't know who it's gonna be, but I would imagine. I think it's gonna be Flacco. Peter says so. Now everyone is going to see which side of the fan base was right. All right. Oh. Brian says this was just a joke, Matt. He's active because he's QB2. Gotcha. I see. That went over my head. Sorry. Bradley says, I'm coming to New York for the Jags game. Would like to see Mike White play, but hoping Zach changes my mind. Yeah, look, Thursday, that's still 6 days away. That's a tough turnaround, but who knows? Nick says, promote Strevler to QB2, please. When Zach wins his 6th game of the year, will Zach truthers still be told they don't know anything? I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if this amounts to Zach's last chance because if he flops, that likely finishes him. That I believe is true. Danny says Zach can't flop here. He won't get another chance if he does. Yeah, I mean, they'll go back to Mike White whenever he's healthy, if that's the chance. Wild. What a crazy day. Crazy, crazy, crazy day. All right. Oh, we got a super chat in here. Spunky Magoo. Thank you for hanging. Says, who's ready for this spanking Sunday? Zach 4 and fuck off, Spunky Magoo. Thank you for the super chat. I don't think it's gonna be a beating. That Detroit Lions defense stinks. I think it's gonna be fine. I think the Jets win. What's the let's see what the line's at right now in this game. I'm sure that it's moved already. Lions minus 1.5 right now, so not a ton. Dwayne Haskins was demoted to QB3 in 2020, but started 2 games after that due to the injury because of the quarterback ahead of him. He was cut after those 2 starts. Surely Zach won't be that bad. I hope not. Rest in peace, Dwayne Haskins, too. If we want any chance of making the playoffs, we pretty much need to win out. Otherwise, it'll be a win and help scenario. Yes, I think 10-7 they could still get in, but it complicates things a little bit more. That's for sure. Danny, there we go. You know what? Jets win 38-17. Zach goes off for 400 with no interceptions. Can you imagine now, I don't think this is going to happen, but could you imagine if it did, just the absolute chaos that would ensue? Kyle says the negativity is so annoying. I'm mad Zach is starting, but geez, don't even watch the game then. Tyler says we suck again. There we go. $100 says if there's drop passes, Zach supporters will say they were intentional. That's hilarious. They have a vendetta. They purposely want to lose. Gary says, and what's the dilemma should Zach balls out? That presents quite the controversy. It does. It's a good problem to have. I think the better the quarterback play, the more likely this team is to win football games. So, um, you want this, right? Nick wants to see Strevler. Well, unfortunately, I don't think you're going to get your wish. I'd be surprised even if he's backing up Zach Wilson this week. I don't think that's going to be the case. I'm just checking on. I'm looking on Twitter right now to see if there's any updates here, but it's been wild. It's been absolutely wild. They're gonna have to run the ball more, I think, this week. The whole Zach supporters / Mike supporters thing is stupid. This isn't politics. I'm a Jets supporter. Yeah. Look, I was a believer in Zach Wilson. I wanted the Jets to take him second overall. Um, when he got benched, I got it. I mean, with that play and with his comments, and Mike White came in and played really good football. It's hard not to say, like, hey, this guy looks great and he should continue to play because he looks good. But now with them going back to Zach, I don't know. I agree with you. I hate that it has to be one or the other and it can't just be, let's see what happens. But that is what it is. Drop a like, fellas. Yes, please. Before heading out here, before you head out, please make sure to drop a like. If Zach balls out, we ride him. He has more upside, says Alex T. No Corey Davis and probably no Quinn Williams. I'd say the line will move to Lions -6 by kickoff. All right. Spunky Magoo says, I hope Zach proves everyone wrong, but our D got us. Yeah, that's this defense is going to be good. It's going to be a lower scoring game. Ryan says, at least my wife can sit next to me on Sunday and drool over her favorite cutie boy running around in tight pants. There we go. What a week in Jets land, man. It's never easy. It's absolutely never easy. Well, let's face it, people. This is the season. The next two games, the chances of Mike White being cleared for Thursday is slim. Zach needs to do enough to win. Just think about like what a story that would be, where it's like you lose your job to Mike White. Mike White balls out. Everyone comes into him. Zach Wilson comes back in and saves the season. Could you imagine if that's what ends up happening here? I have no idea. The NFL is weird. He can go out and ball out, or he could throw 20 picks in the next two games. I wouldn't be surprised by either at this point. God knows what's going to happen. White is not a 5-point difference to Vegas. He's not Josh Allen. Yeah, I think maybe 3. Lions -2.5, -3, something like that. I don't think it's going to move that much. Anyone know what happened with Will Parks? He's going to be signed on the practice squad. I think it was a move kind of just to clear some space up. Imagine Barrios comes in and throws for 400. Now that would be a typical Jet season. Tom Tupa. That would be nuts. I love this from Peter. He says he's drinking peach moonshine at the tailgate. That'll warm me up. I'll be loud when we are on defense for sure. Absolutely. Charles says Mike White has to get re-signed at all costs, regardless of what happens. There you go. V-Man, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, if Zach wins, I'll do a bass/guitar cover of Blitzkrieg Bop and post it on YouTube with my Wall Street Wilson t-shirt. Yes, please do. Send over the link when you do. I need to see that, V-Man. I love this when he does his stuff like that. Nick says, Mike White is too skinny, Matt. Did you see what Buffalo did to him? He always gets injured. I don't. What's he listed at? He's listed at 6'4", 218, which I believe Zach Wilson is. That's the same weight roughly where he is. Wilson 6'2", 214. I don't really think it's the weight. Gary says that this team is where it is at in the playoff race with 3 quarterbacks is a testament to the talent here. Yeah, and can I add on top of that, the coaching? It is a testament to what the Robert Saleh and his staff have been able to do through all the turmoil this year. Special stuff. Truly, truly special stuff. I have time for a few more in here. So any last minute questions, you could pop them in. We'll answer them. It was fun hanging out, talking about this. It's what a day in Jets land, right? What a day. Does this change your predictions for the game Sunday? Do you think Mike White plays Thursday if healthy? I think the Jets still win. I don't know if they're going to hang it. I had 27-17 Jets. Now maybe I'll go like 20-17 Jets, a lower scoring game. I had Mike White throwing for 275 and 2 touchdowns. I'll say Zach is 220, 1 touchdown, something like that. Yeah, we're getting a few of these. Updated prediction for Sunday, realistic predictions for Wilson. Yeah, I'll go. Let's do this is off the top of my head, but we'll do some quick math here. Let's do like 16-25 for 210 yards, 1 touchdown, and no pick. Something like that. I don't think it's going to be a stellar performance. I don't think it's going to be a bad performance. I think it'll be a fine performance. Middle of the road. We'll know. Art says we'll know by the first 2 series if Zach will have a good game, big confidence builder or confidence killer. Or it says Garrett Wilson can say goodbye to Rookie of the Year. That's not fair. He did I know that he hasn't scored a touchdown with Zach, which is fine. Not well, I mean, obviously it's not, but which is a fine argument to have. But before the abysmal New England game where he had 12 yards, 2 catches, 12 yards, he had 92 and 115 the 2 weeks prior with Zach at quarterback. So Mega says 225, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Jets win 20-14. That seems fair. Voltaire says, all jokes aside, I hope Zach balls out. Yeah, I hope so too. It would be stellar if he throws for over 300 and 2 or 3 touchdowns. And what a story that would be. I'm rooting for it. So, all right, I think that's going to do it for me, guys. Just over a little half hour in here hanging out with you guys. Hopefully the New York Jets win on Sunday. That's going to do it for me. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll catch you next time.